Hey y'all, welcome back. This week we're going to be doing something a little bit different because I did not have enough time this week to get into the kitchen and film a lot. So we're going to be doing a cook with me today. It's going to be so much fun. So we're going to make some spaghetti today. I'm going to show you how I make my sauce. So we're going to start out with that. To a large Dutch oven, or you can do a pot, you add about a third of a cup of olive oil to that. Let that heat up. Add some diced onions with some salt and pepper. Kind of mix that around and let that cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, just until those onions are cooked down and very tender. Alright, now that those onions have cooked down and they're nice and tender, you're going to go in and add some garlic, dried oregano, and some fennel seeds. Now I use about half of a teaspoon of fennel seeds. You can use any kind of dried herbs that you like with this. It'll work just fine, but this is my preference for today. You're going to let that toast up for just a couple of seconds, just until you start to smell it. Smell that garlic, and then you're going to add in a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, and some fresh herbs. Today I used rosemary, thyme, and basil. You're going to give that a stir, and then you're going to let this cook for as long as you want. You can do 15 minutes up to 3, 4, 5 hours, however long you have. Alright, now while the sauce is cooking, we're going to go ahead and make some meatballs. Now in my bowl here, I just have some torn sourdough. You can of course use breadcrumbs. And then to that, I just soaked that in some milk for about 15 minutes. Then I added the same herbs that I added into my sauce. And then I just kind of mixed that around, added some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and egg, and kind of mix that around. Make sure everything is nice and completely mixed together. Now we're just going to add in some ground beef. You can of course use ground chicken as well if you want to go a little bit of a lighter route. And then we're just going to mix that together. Make sure it is very well combined. You don't want to overwork the meat though. And then you're just going to shape these into meatball size shapes, however big or small that you prefer. And then just put them on a plate. And we're going to chill these covered in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Alright, while the meatballs are in the fridge chilling and doing their thing, we're going to make some ice cream. We're going to make some Oreo ice cream. Very few ingredients, but very delicious. In my little bowl here, I've just got some heavy whipping cream. To that, I'm going to add a can of sweetened condensed milk, some vanilla. You can do vanilla bean paste if you want to see the little flecks of vanilla in there. And then we're just going to add a pinch of salt, about a quarter of a teaspoon, just to bring out all those flavors. And then you're just going to mix this until it is very well combined and just completely smooth. Once that mixture is completely smooth, we're going to add that to an ice cream maker. I always keep mine in the freezer so I can just pull it out whenever and make some ice cream. But this is a no churn recipe, so you can just pour this in a bowl with a lid and pop it in the freezer and you're good to go. But we're just going to turn the ice cream maker on, pour that mixture in there, and let this churn for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then we will come in and add in some Oreos in just a second. Alright, kind of switching it up again. While that ice cream is churning away in the ice cream maker, we're going to cook up these meatballs. So I've just got my cast iron skillet here, added a little bit of olive oil to the pan, and we're just going to add all of those meatballs in there, and we're going to sear these on both sides. They don't have to be completely cooked through. We're going to add them to the sauce that is continuing to cook over on the stove. At this point, I think it's been cooking for about 2.5 hours at this point because we had so much going on today. We were trying to do 50 million things at once. So we're going to go ahead and get these meatballs cooking and then in the sauce. Alright, now that the meatballs are seared on both sides, you can go ahead and add them directly into the sauce. They will finish cooking. Now, if your husband is anything like my husband and he likes like a chunky, meaty spaghetti sauce, do what I do and just chop up some kielbasa, kind of fry it up in the same pan. Add that to the spaghetti sauce as well. So good. Game changer. My husband loves it. I'm sure your family will love it too. But yeah, that's what I did. I just chopped up some kielbasa, fried it in the same pan that the meatballs were cooked in, and added that to the sauce. And then I just let it cook for another 35 to 45 minutes and called it good. Checked it for seasoning. It was absolutely delicious. Alright, y'all, while that sauce is finishing up cooking, I just started some water to boil and started my pasta cooking. You can cook any kind of pasta you want to go with your spaghetti sauce. I'm just cooking regular spaghetti to go with it. But we're going to go ahead and finish up the ice cream. I've got some crushed Oreos. You can do whatever kind of flavor that you want. I'm doing Oreo today. I just added a few into a Ziploc bag, took my aggressions out on the Ziploc bag with the Oreos and kind of crushed them up. And we're just going to sprinkle those in with the ice cream and kind of let it churn into that ice cream. Press it down a little bit till it all gets nice and incorporated. And then you can just turn this out into a bowl with a lid and pop. So yeah, after you get this done and in the bowl, you put your lid on there, you pop it in the freezer. You can let this chill for an hour. You can eat it right away, however you want. I typically just pop it in the freezer until after dinner, and then it's good to go. Alright, y'all, here is my plate. Now, when I got done with the sauce, I drained my pasta, put the pasta in the pot, added a little bit of that sauce to the pasta and kind of tossed that around just so the pasta doesn't stick together. And then I just added the pasta to the plate, topped it with that delicious spaghetti sauce, and then I added some more basil and parsley on the top, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, had some nice delicious garlic bread to go on the side, and y'all, it was so good. And here is that bowl of Oreo ice cream. Such a simple ice cream to make. Y'all, it was so creamy, so delicious, sweet from those Oreos. Now, like I said, you can use any other kind of flavoring you want. Strawberry, blueberry, Biscoff cookies. The sky is the limit for this. But this was an absolutely delicious dinner, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.